So we're all aware of the Cuomo brothers, right? Two total dipshits, one a more or less brain-dead TV anchor who pretends to be outraged for his audience of fat women, and who also works closely with huge pedophiles, and one who was once an all-powerful tyrant, intent on destroying everyone's lives with rules that made no sense in the once great but now fallen city of New York, Andrew Cuomo. But we have talked at length about Tweedledee and Tweedledum before on this channel, but now if we put it in movie terms, this is the final act where the bad guys' evil plans come undone and we see them getting their comeuppance. Chris, the less relevant bad guy, has had his downfall first, where he got fired with no severance pay for colluding with, let's fucking face it, no matter how the media tries to spin this, Andrew Cuomo is a mass murderer on a gigantic scale. He packed vulnerable old people into old people's homes infected with COVID, pretty much the only group really seriously affected by COVID as well, in what can only be interpreted as a way to get the numbers up so he can rule with an iron fist and justify his crackpot lockdown schemes, and to own Trump in some way. Now, he wasn't the only Democratic person to do this, no sir, but he did it on the largest scale. And he cannot plead ignorance. No matter what your thoughts on COVID, all of us knew it was fairly dangerous to the elderly. That's why the flu shot exists. They're old and weak. Shit like this affects them. Yet he still packed them in as tight as they were going infected nursing homes. He's a mass murderer. Of that there is no doubt. But his downfall came in a way funnier way than just accusing him of being a modern day Pol Pot, because the press decided to take him down because he was really bad at talking to women. I mean, I've read what he's accused of here, but he hasn't really done anything particularly wrong. He's just really bad at hitting on chicks, like possibly the worst the world has ever seen. But that's what lost him his role as New York's governor, and a woke woman took over, making sure the first female governor of New York is written down in history as having it gifted to her by a man. Very much like the first female president is going to be once Joe Biden's pants shitting gets out of control for some time next year. But that's not really enough though, is it? He gets booted out for not scoring with women. What about all the murders? Well, I think he may have got away with them, sadly. But one thing he didn't get away with is the money. Today he was ordered by a New York ethics panel to pay $5.1 million to the state that he got for authoring his book about COVID called American Crisis: Leadership Lessons Learned from the COVID-19 Pandemic. In a 12-1 verdict, the panel decided that of course a man whose only form of leadership during COVID was to murder old people and destroy everyone's businesses should return the money he made, profiting off the back of others' misery. The official line is he violated pledges to not use state resources or government employees to write the book. So as well as writing a book based on a total lie, he told yet another lie by saying he wrote it, when it was in fact written by a government intern. But now he has 30 days to give the money back or else. You love to see it, don't you? Both brothers called out as the monsters they are, and now both their reputations lie in ruins. Good. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe to see more content like this. Thanks, bye.